Hey, so this is Harsh, and I know, I'm like making this video after a very, very long time. I think it's been 2 months since I've uploaded a video on this channel. But again, due to some personal reasons, I was not be able to create any videos. Again, I have a lot of videos in draft already recorded, but due to some personal work and personal reasons, I was not be able to publish those videos. But yeah, from now onwards, you will see this video will be regularly published on this channel, both like long form and short form videos. And also, I'm going to pin down my Instagram handle as well, so that you can follow that. You can follow me on Instagram, and you can get latest updates around AI automation and outbound very much fast than here, right? So basically on Instagram, I'll be sharing each and every updates plus a few really value driven content over there as well. So you can follow me on Instagram as well, right? Link is in the description box below. So now let's get back to our video. So in this video particularly, I'll be guiding you, I'll be walking you through about the N8N. Again, this is a very, very basic N8N walkthrough tutorial. Now I know there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube particularly about N8N, but this is little different than those N8N walkthrough, because in this I'll be guiding you towards what exactly you need to learn in N8N and how you should learn or how you should approach N8N if you are serious about your automation career, right? And also on this channel now for going forward, we'll be focusing much more on approach than building automation, because building automation is not anymore a unique trait, right? So basically how you approach whenever like you come across any sort of a problem that you need to solve for your client, for your business, that is most important and fundamental in automation or in any space for that matter, right? So basically in this video, so now let's start with N8N walkthrough. So first of all, see, there are two ways of using N8N. One is cloud version, which will going to cost you, let's say, let me show you n8n.com, right? So now this one will basically so N8N.io, this one will basically cost you somewhere around 20 euro, not dollars, which means that it will be somewhere around like $22 if you want to use their cloud version. Again, there are a few benefits of using their cloud version, such as, let's say, if you want to connect your N8N node, if you want to connect your Google node, basically you don't need to basically go to Google Cloud Console and then grab the APIs and client ID and secret. Basically, you can directly connect your Google account by just signing with your account if you are using cloud version of N8N. That is one of the benefits that you can get. Another benefit is that you can directly get updates without you because versus if you, let's say, use their self-hosted version, basically you have to go to your VPS, and then basically you have to enter some code into your shell or command line, and then that's how you basically get the updates of N8N, right? If you're using, let's say, self-hosted, versus if you're using cloud, you can directly get it. You're just one button away from updating your N8N, right? So that's the added benefits of using their cloud version, but it is going to be costlier than self-hosted version, right? And also, like, if you are like me, who is like very serious about data security, then I think you should consider self-hosted version of N8N, where you can yourself have a full control over your data, right? So your data is not going to go anywhere. It is safe inside your server, inside your VPS, and you can basically do anything with that, instead of just giving your data to this cloud version, where your data will be stored in their cloud servers, where you don't have control over it, right? So basically again, so there are a few benefits of cloud. There are a few benefits of, let's say, hosted, self-hosted version. It's up to you what you want. If you have money and if you're not that concerned about data security and you're just starting it out, I think cloud version will be the perfect one for you. But if you, let's say, if you're also like if you are crunching money, let's say, if you think about data security, but you're ready to do some little bit of let's say hard work and struggle, yeah, self-hosted version is for you. And I highly recommend each and everyone who is watching this video, go with self-hosted version. Maybe if you want some simplicity, what you can do is we can basically go to Google, basically you can search N8N self-hosted hosting, right? Now with this one, basically you don't need to do anything. Just click on this one, claim deal. Once you sign up, once you pay for this self-hosted version, you just need to follow the instruction that Hostinger will give you, and that's it. You don't need to do anything technical. And again, if you're not so technical, still you can follow the instruction and you can basically get the self-hosted N8N version. And after that, you just need to sign up with your account, with your email ID and password, and you will get the activation code, which you need to basically where you need to basically put that. Basically, you just need to go over here, click on setting, and over here, basically, yeah. Yeah, so basically over here you just need to click on this enter activation key, and the activation key that you have got on your email, just enter it over here, and then that's it. Your paid pro plan is going to be activated, right? as soon as you enter the key and click on enter, click enter, right? So that's it. And now once you enter into your N8N instance, basically you will see something like this. Again, you will not see any number over here, because then it's your brand new N8N. Right now I have a lot of workflows that are running in the backend, and that is why you are seeing this numbers over here, this dashboard or analytics, I would say. And there are a lot of workflows that I have already created, and some of them are like for my client, some of them are for like my own personal work, right? So again, there are like two main thing, overview and personal. In overview you can see all the workflows irrespective of what folders those workflows are in, right? You will see all of them over here. You will see the analytics as well, like how many executions in last 7 days, how many failed executions, failure rate, and everything. So again, this is just to give you an idea about the health of your automations that we created over here, right? So now if you, let's say, first step, also before we go into that, there are like a few other options like templates. Let's say if you don't want to build it from scratch, what you can do, you can just click over here, go to templates, and you will find more than 6,000 templates over here that community people has created, right? And you can use any of these templates directly into N8N. You can import directly into N8N, and you can directly start using it, right? But when you start learning all of this, this is good. You can use template, you can understand how nodes are connected with each other, how automations are being created. But before that, what I would highly recommend you, and then this is again very opposite to what people will going to tell you or are telling you on YouTube, is that so basically the very first thing after you sign up for the self-hosted N8N is create a workflow. Now there are two ways of doing that. Either you can directly click on this button, or you can really click on this button and you will see workflow, right? You can do either way. It's up to you. Now once you click on create workflow, it will then open this canvas where you can basically plug and play. You can add multiple nodes, you can do anything that you want with this one. Right now, very first fundamental when you use any automation tool, not just N8N or make.com, is trigger, right? So any workflow or any automation that you create, it's totally depend on the trigger to start the workflow, right? Now what's the trigger? For example, let's say if you are creating content creation automation for your website, right? Now in that case, if you want your workflow to start automatically, at least there is one point based on which your workflow will be triggered, right? Now what is that one point? It can be, let's say, if you change the status in the Google Sheet from, let's say, schedule to create content. Now the moment you select the create content, you actually set up the webhook in your workflow that will be triggered based on that status change from your Google Sheet. And once that is triggered, your workflow will start running, right? And that's how each and every automation or workflow will start. Now you might have multiple trigger in your workflow. You might have single trigger. You might have some different types of triggers, right? But it's always start with triggers. Now always remember this part. Every workflow start with trigger, right? If you want to run it automatically, of course. Now that is the first fundamental, and how we set up the trigger. So basically there are multiple options for triggers. Let me put this aside. Yeah. So basically this is on app event. There are like multiple triggers for this one. Okay. On app event, on schedule. So basically this is also one type of trigger where you want your workflow to run twice a day, or like every 2 days, every 4 days, every 7 days, right? So what you can do is you can basically select this particular trigger, just select this, and basically you can set at what interval you want your workflow to trigger, right? So basically, let's say it can be days, weeks, months, minutes, hours, seconds, anything. It can be anything, right? So that is the one of the trigger. Now let's say there is another trigger called on web call, right? So this is this example I already given you, that if you want your web workflow to trigger based on the status change from the Google Sheet, basically you can then in that case call webhook, right? So yeah, let's say if you want your workflow to trigger on the form submission, you can do that. Yeah, that is one of the trigger, right? On chat message, let's say if you are dealing with AI chatbot, and you want your workflow to trigger when someone is asking something, or someone is like someone is putting some queries into in that AI chatbot. Based on what you want, based on that, if you want to trigger workflow, you can do that, right? So these are the multiple ways of triggering the workflow, right? Now let's say once the workflow has been triggered, then basically there are actions that you need to take. So first step is trigger. Second step is action. So once the workflow triggers, what action you want to take, right? So for example, let's say if you want to run some AI in the backend, let's say if you want to run some AI thing on the information that you have passed on to that particular trigger, right? You can do that through this AI nodes like AI agent, Entropy, Google Gem, and different AI nodes are here. We will talk about that in the next video. But yeah, second one is, let's say, if you want to take some actions for specific applications or specific tool. Let's say for example, if you want to do some action on Facebook, if you want to do some action on, let's say, some CRM, right? If you want to update something in your CRM, you can do that, right? Based on that, then let's say if you want to convert something, once you get the data from data through trigger, you want to convert that data into, let's say, some other format. Let's say if you want to run some code on top of that, you can do that. So like in a nutshell, second step is action. Right now, why I'm like giving you in-depth explanation, because I want you to basically grasp all of this information in your subconscious mind, so that whenever like you start working on creating or working on automation working on a problem, basically it would be a default setting in your mind that whenever like you think in a, let's say, a systematic way, you know what exactly would be the next step for this one, right? So that is why I'm like repeating things, that is why I'm like giving you in-depth explanation over here. Again, you will not find this sort of in-depth explanation in any videos on YouTube, right? So because people will like rush it like they like just explaining for the sake of explaining, right? So I'm not doing that. So yeah, now second step is action. Third one is passing the outcome from the action to the final step, right? So maybe let's say once all of your steps are completed, now you want to basically pass that output to, let's say, Google Sheet, or let's say Airtable, or any of the app inside the app, right? If you want to pass it to that, you basically then last step is like passing data, right? So that is the last step of you where like you add any of the tool where you want to pass the data from the previous action step, right? So these are the only three major fundamental thing that you need to understand whenever like you're creating an automation. First step is trigger. Second step is any kind of action that you want to take. Third one is passing that data to that particular tool, right? So these are the three building blocks, I would say, for creating any automation, right? Now again, to add a new node, just click on this plus icon, and once you click on that, you can basically choose any of this node, right? You can choose any of this action, and under that action you can find different nodes like OpenAI, AI Agent, Anthropic, Google Gemini, basic LLM Gen. Let's say if you want to add any of the app, you can search for, let's say, Facebook, right? You can, let's say, search for HubSpot, for example, right? Let's say if you want to update anything in HubSpot, you can choose that. You can basically, let's say, if you want to create a deal in that, right? So basically you can do that. You just need to connect your HubSpot account. Right now, again, to connect any, let's say if you want to connect your Google account, if you want to connect your Slack account, for that I have a separate video on my channel. You can just search Slack integration with N8N or Google integration with N8N, and then you will find those videos on my channel where I've explained everything really well on like how to connect Google, how to connect Slack, how to connect different Telegram and everything. So you can watch that video and then you can learn that. But for now, again, so this is how you can basically connect different nodes and then create the automation. Right now, let me show you some really good example of what it would look like. Yeah, so this is one of the automation that like I'm using a lot, right? So basically this is the automation where this particular workflow will then research on like what niche, what people are actually looking for on YouTube. It actually then gather all the insights from that. It actually also gathered the comments from my videos and from other videos as well, and it in the last it combined everything and then give me content ideas for my YouTube channel, right? So again, I have started using it recently in my workflow, and it actually helped me a lot on deciding on which topic I should creating a video upon, right? So this is one of the workflow where basically if you just see, this is the trigger, the first step where like on the form submission, the flow will be started, right? And then basically from this we actually are storing data over here, all the data. So these are the action item. If you see, all of these are the action item, and in the last basically these two are the output parsing, right? So where actually we are passing output to this, let's say, Google Sheet and Slack. In the Slack, I'm like getting notification once the workflow has completed, right? So the moment workflow completed, I get a notification in Slack, and also the output will be added into Google Sheet as well. So in future, if I want to refer that, I can, right? So this is how the entire workflow works. Again, this looks complicated, but if you beforehand, if you mapped out all the action step in a note, in note, or let's say in your document, Google Doc, or anywhere else, it would be very easy for you to basically create automation, right? So yeah, that's how basically you can create your automation. And on that, I actually have taken the session, and for the recording of that session, I will be sharing very soon. If you want the recording, you can basically comment down below and let me know if you are interested in watching that recording about how to approach automation, right? So I can basically share that. But yeah, this is how N8N works, and this is the complete walkthrough of N8N. Again, there are a few other things that you can basically explore by yourself. Again, this is very minimal things like what these buttons do, what is executions, evaluation, right? This is not that as important as these fundamental things, right? You can explore this buttons as well by yourself. Like again, there is I don't think there's any sense of explaining all of this. But yeah, I think that's all about this video. If you have any questions, any doubts, any concerns, you can just comment down on this video, and I'll be happy to answer all of your questions, doubt, or concerns. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Bye bye, take care.